Hey guys, so I wanted to make this video so that you can have a better idea of what this routine is all about. So I'll just talk about it, So the routine itself is meant to be done about 3 times a week, and each time it could take you about an hour and a half to 2 hours to get it done. Of course you need a pair of rings. Not everything will be done on the rings, Some of the stuff will be done on the floor because, we're human beings. We can use the floor. Let's say we're gonna start, right? There's a warm-up. There's a very thorough warm-up that'll take you 15 to 20 minutes, and you'll be able to do it a lot faster as you get used to doing it. It involves the shoulders, wrists, and the core. And then we move on to the skill work of the day. So the skill work is this massive section, and the reason it's massive is because I wanted to give you variety. So it's split into 2 sections. One is for the rings, skill work on the rings, and the other is skill work on the floor. So skill work on the rings would be the support hold, inverted hang, skin the cat, going up to shoulder stands, and muscle ups. So if you don't know how to do a muscle up, for example, in the routine there will be a section that will give you the tools on what to do to eventually get the muscle up. All of these things have progressions in mind, so it's not just do this. It's just there are actually progressions for each one, and that's how bodyweight exercises work. And as for the floor, you have a lot of choices. I recommend people get used to doing the L-sit and the crow pose. Those are like bread and butter basic things that someone should master, and then they could go on and master backward rolls, forward rolls, different headstand variations, and then there's also a huge section on the handstand. That's a lot of things, right? Well, what you should do is just spend about 20 minutes on whatever skills that you need to work on, and I have prioritized which ones you should focus on if you're not sure. After you are done with having fun with the skill work, we move on to the strength training. Now, the strength training is what's split into 3 days, okay? So the first day would be a straight arm day, and that's focused on the progressions that lead you up to the front lever, the planche, and the back lever. Now, all of these also have prerequisites to keep you safe, and because there needs to be a logical order to everything. You can't just jump into a planche. It just doesn't work that way. Now, if it was day 2, instead of a straight arm day, it would be a bent arm day. All of it is meant to tie in with everything else. On day 3, you would do the warm-up, you would go through the skill work, and actually the strength training portion is just an extension of the skill work. So you would basically spend more time on the skill work on that day. And the reason for that is because I find the skill work to be really fun, really gratifying. It makes my body move in many different ways, and it does help build strength in a lot of ways. And it always goes back to it being fun. That is what keeps me going on this routine. That's what keeps me engaged. So also on day 3, I have accessory exercises for say the core. So you would work on your abs as well, and your biceps and your legs to help with your straddle flexibility or your pistol squats. You have choices here. So moving on, no matter what the day is, when you did the strength training, you're pretty much done. But I have suggestions to how to end the workout. So if you have the extra time, for example, I recommend, that you work on your false grip, okay? Improving the false grip, and there are progressions for that. And or just hanging in general, just hang. So you have all these options. Also in the cooldown section are exercises for prehab to help keep your wrists and shoulders and elbows more robust. and self-massage using the foam roller or a lacrosse ball, and stretching suggestions. So that's a big deal as well, you know, to work on your mobility and your range of motion. So I hope that helps give you an idea of what is involved with this routine.